I was gonna talk about, designing. Perfect. So let's go to Milanote. I'm gonna show you guys where this all started. Think, do I like this piece? Why do I like this piece? So I put the feelings that I love into the brand. Anyone can do it. Think about all the things that could go wrong, and if these things do go wrong, how can we fix that, first of all? And then if we try our best, is how can we make sure we can be as preventative as possible? Hello, time is currently 3:21 and it has only been 3 hours since I filmed the last video. I got my nails done as a reward.
It's like a reward.
Look at this little guy. Say, hi guys. Hey vlog. Please buy me treats. Buy me treats. Oh, I don't have any treats. Maybe I do have some treats. Eat it. Good boy. Where did we leave off? I was gonna talk about, designing. Perfect. We're in flow state at all times. What the fuck you mean? Of course, I just ended up on my computer and I was charging my phone, so I didn't wanna freaking use my phone to record. So I was like, let me just turn on the photo booth. But then I forgot that I needed to show you guys the mood boarding process for this. And naturally, all of a sudden, I'm on my computer. I wish this was a gag. It's not a gag. So let's go to Milanote. I'm gonna show you guys where this all started. Oh my God, I'm so type B, so disorganized, okay? I don't know if there's sensitive information on here, but I hope not. Okay, Alchemy. Now, Alchemy goes way back though, so. Okay, here are the original. I'm so good. How did I find that? Here was the original mood board for Alchemy. This is before I really had anything. This is before I had any packaging. This is before our hang tags were our hang tags. This was before, I think I maybe had made 2 collections at this point. This was before the Orchid collection. This was before, so this was like 2 years ago, I would say, okay? And I just made a mood board. And this, I'm showing you the way it started because it's crazy to see what comes in fruition now and how many things I'm doing now that were once just something I liked. I think that's what's been so cool about making this brand is that I feel like it's an accumulation of everything I like. And it's cool to look back at a mood board like this and really see the way that the brand lives in this essence. The brand is this to the core. Like this was one of the first mood boards I made for the brand. And to this day, it is this in our own way. And it's cool to look back because I haven't looked back at this actually. I'm gonna be honest. This is insane to me. Like we literally did an embroidered like this freaking hoodie with a horse on it. Like that is crazy. That's crazy. Our logo is the star. We like use the star all the time. Actually, it's really cute. I would love to do some like embroidery on like an arm or something. But anyways, the Orchid collection literally like looks like this. And our newest collection also has, this is really cool. Oh my God, the moon. Yeah, wow. And so you can see here, like, I was clearly inspired by an ombre and I took it in my own way and made, I'll insert it on this screen, and made it like this. And it was in my own way and it was in my own material and everything, but I took the things that I loved. I loved the matte of this, you know, I loved how this was matte and it felt like a nice cardboard. So we made ours matte, but I like loved a Japanese knife. So then I was like, ooh, like I just took inspiration from so many different things. Like these tassels, like our phone charms have like tassel like this now, you know what I'm saying? Like little things like that. And when it comes to packaging, like it's crazy looking at this now because I didn't even know what it would become, but now we have this like tissue paper craft-esque branding and it's like postal themed, it's very much male themed, but in this, none of that I would have ever thought that out of this, but clearly bringing everything that I love together made me think of the way that we do it, which has never been done before, and it's like our own thing, but it wasn't through me just like seeing it in my brain. It was an accumulation of, and this is what I really recommend, is I think a lot of times people think that a designer means that they must think these crazy thoughts in their head or they must be able to draw, or you can be a designer in your own way, and I think the way that people source and get these thoughts in their head is different for everybody. And for me, it's through a lot of real life references and seeing things that I genuinely love. Like if I love trees, then I love wood, and how can I bring wood into the things that I make? You know what I'm saying? Or if I love crystals, how can I put crystals that I like into my own product in my own way, you know, and then it becomes something new, which is the design. So I'm sure you have a natural preference for things And you should just start thinking more about naturally, what do you love as a person? Naturally, what do you gravitate? Like, if you're looking for clothes, don't think in the grand scheme of my closet, what's gonna look good. Think, do I like this piece? Why do I like this piece? And if you wear it enough, you'll realize why you like it. Maybe it's the neckline, maybe it's the color, maybe it's the crop, maybe it's the material. And then you start noticing, okay, if I like this material, let me get something else that's like this material. And then you start realizing, like, okay, like this is the world that I like to live in. Or, okay, like I love a tube top. Like this is the world that I like to live in. And that is your natural taste. And so for me, when I'm looking at things like this, when I go to Aritzia and I get that paper bag, that really intrigues me. Out of all of the bags that I've ever gotten, I loved Aritzia's because also you never knew what picture you were gonna get, and I loved that feel of a paper bag. So now I even incorporate the idea of you never know what picture you're gonna get, you never know what affirmation you get. We do a lot of custom things where it's like you never know what you're gonna get, because I naturally as a consumer loved that feeling. So I put the feelings that I love into the brand, and every single detail that I love from something then becomes one thing, which is my design. Does that make sense? I mean, I like started the conversation about this in my last video, but I'm really glad we're talking about this because I didn't realize how much I had to say until right now. Let me show you. So I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth about design. Maybe it's not even about, we're gonna start design. Maybe this episode is called design, okay? Anyone can do it anyway, okay? This is my way of doing it, and it might help you. Bought this journal. I think I was like in Dubai or something, and I bought it because I loved this texture on it. Do you see this texture? It's like, you could feel it, touch it. These holes have divots. You know, I really love that you could feel the texture. What I also loved about it was this magnetic flap. I had never seen a journal like this in my life, and I was like, wow, like, love the feel. This feels sturdy, and I loved the red. The red to me was like, wow, like what a nice pop of color, and the paper was nice and soft. I guess I also have a knack for nature, okay? So I'm gonna show you how that interpretation of a product that I use and my own opinions on it can influence something that then I design. I said I like the magnet on that. I put a magnet on mine. Guys, this is the one of the gemstones that fell off. Yeah, so these are, I'm gonna mention this right now, just in case you buy it. These are hand placed on, they're real crystals. They're not machine pressed, they're hand glued on. So they're a little bit delicate, and I just didn't wanna compromise doing too big of stones or not doing the stones because of the delicacy of it. Like, I tested 15 or whatever of these because it irked me so much, but we fixed the problem and now it falls off much less. But that's why we made a protective box as well, so that if you're traveling or like you're rough or whatever, you keep it in this box, and that way it protects the crystals. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you put it in your bag, sometimes things in your purse could jag on these, because it's like raised, you know, sometimes they can jag on it, but we put extra crystals in the back of the bag, so take them out or else it'll like add a little bit of like unnecessary 3D-ness in your journal, so take them out. I did this because when you buy a shirt that is have buttons on it, they usually have buttons in a bag, and it's just in case they fall off, because buttons will fall off. And I was like, cool. I was like, how do I make sure that in case this happens, people aren't upset? Like, I don't want this to be a problem. And I was like, okay, we have to make sure that we like fix the problem as much as we can, and then also make a protective case cover, and then we also got to put extra journals in the back. And this is why sampling takes so long, or product takes so long to come out. It's not about the actual product just itself, it's about the experience. Like, I want to make sure that when somebody gets something, like, think about all the things that could go wrong, and if these things do go wrong, how can we fix that, first of all? And then if we try our bestest, how can we make sure we can be as preventative as possible? And think about these things, but you don't know these things until you actually genuinely try the product long enough to understand this, and then keep making adjustments, which is the reason why it took 3 years. And of course it could have been longer, but you know, like, I go through ebbs and flows of inspiration, and that is so me. Like, I'm not somebody, so don't feel bad at yourself if you feel like you go through like an ebb and flow and like you're not consistent. I'm the least consistent person you'll ever meet. I will work on this journal for 3 months straight and then forget about it for 6 months. Not actually, because I'll be using it every day, and like I'll be like making notes and like understanding like what's going on, what could be better. But that's like that flow state where you just like let yourself chill and like actually like collect information before you start creating again. Does that make sense? Like, this box came in year 2 of creation, so this was already basically fully done, and then the box came in, and then the box took extra time.
Box and my PR package with me. This is my first time seeing this. Looks even better in person. This design I'm so happy with. It was inspired by a Natural History Museum in the Upper West Side. This is the same print as the inside of the journal. Oh my gosh, I have not seen these stamps in person yet. Look at these. I cannot wait to put this on the back of
So we made the flap, right? And then I like the nature. So the nature's on the inside, right? Because I liked nature. But then I also liked the red. So instead of just keeping this paper or whatever, we put this like red fabric so that it would match the velvet in the box. Well, actually, sidetracked. So I like the red, so I put it in here as a little detail. And then when we were designing the box, at first, do I have samples of the box? Oh, here we go. Here's my box of some more samples. Oh my God. Here we go. Actually, look at this. This is the journal without any stones on it. This is just the base of the journal before they glue on any stones, guys. Okay, I'm explaining the journal to them.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this is it before it's embellished, which is so cool to see because you see the finished product, right? But then you don't even think about how this and this is an extra thing you have to design, right? You just think that they're just crystals on it, or you just think that, oh yeah, of course this has it, but at base, it's like this. You have to think about every single crystal that's going on there. You have to think about what color is the shape of, what color is this gonna be? What is gonna be this dangling? What, you know what I'm saying? We have to make custom molds for the A. Think about things like that. Clearly got inspiration from that. What else? We'll resume.